This is the Champ Series Game 1 press conference featuring the Oklahoma Sooners. We're joined by student athletes Nicole Mendez and Mackenzie Donihoo. We'll start with Chandler Engelbrecht.
Hey guys, this question's to both of you. Simply put, what needs to happen for you guys to win these next two games?
Start with Nicole, please.
We just need to come out and take advantage of the first three innings. I felt us on them. I felt them pressing. I felt the momentum in our favor, but we just took too long to respond. But I think this team, whenever we lose, we don't lose again. And I think we're ready, so.
Mackenzie?
I'd say that we need to come out and flip the switch. There's not, as Nicole would say, it's hard to beat us twice, so tomorrow it's all or nothing, and we got to flip the switch.
Ryan Aber?
Yeah, sort of along those lines to both of y'all. How did you feel like you came out today? Did you feel like y'all were flat after facing elimination in each of these last four games, or was it just Watson doing well to slow the offense down?
Start with Mackenzie, please.
I don't think that we were quite ready the first three innings, and those first three innings are really important, but tomorrow it's a whole new game. The first three innings, we're going to come out and flip the switch.
Nicole?
I just felt like we waited. We were just waiting for somebody to get a big hit, waiting for something to happen instead of attacking. So tomorrow, whenever we play, we come out and we come attacking, we'll score in the first three.
Ryan Chapman?
Hey, this one's for both of you. Kind of staying along those lines, how do you ensure that you're not coming out too hot tomorrow and pressing yourselves while still trying to have a much quicker start?
Start with Nicole, please.
I think it's just confidence in knowing what we can do at the plate and knowing that whenever we attack, I don't think we overpress. I think whenever we come out hot, we come out hot. And we're in control of our swings. We're in control of the pace of the game. So I think that's really important.
Mackenzie?
Being ourselves, I feel like we were pressing, and we weren't being ourselves. And when we're ourselves, it's hard to stop us.
James Hale?
You guys are a great offensive team, but you haven't started great in just about any game out here. So Nicole and Mac, I'm just curious, what's going on there, and can you turn it around? Can you change it in one day?
Start with Mackenzie, please.
Absolutely. We've already seen two other pitchers, and I believe that we can come out and see those again. And the next one, I believe that we are made for this.
Nicole?
I think it's all in the first three. I think if we come out in the first three, our offense definitely gets a lot more looks in the lineup, and getting a second go-round in the lineup within the first three is a lot more helpful than waiting until the fourth inning. So I think that's kind of our mindset, is make sure we get base runners on, score early, score often.
Joey Helmer?
Yeah, for both of you, Nicole, you kind of just talked about it, not losing twice and feeling like you guys can bounce back. This is a spot you've been in this tournament quite a bit, where you had to win 4 in a row. Just how comfortable are you knowing, again, you guys have your backs against the wall and you have to win these next 2 games?
Nicole?
I choose this team no matter what. This team is one of the most talented teams that I've ever been a part of, and we know how to fight. So I think tomorrow, whenever we come out, it's not just our backs are against the wall. It's I know who's on my team. I know who's in my lineup. I know who can come in and pinch hit. I know who's in our bullpen. And I see that, and I'm like, this is a team I want to go with. This is a team that can do it. So that's what I see whenever I think of tomorrow, and that's why I feel like we won't be pressing. We'll be determined, but we won't be pressing. We'll be ready.
Mackenzie?
100% what Mindy said. I wouldn't pick any other girls to go out there and play on the field. They are my sisters, and I know that we're going to go to battle tomorrow and forget what happened.
Austin Cartwright? Go ahead, Austin. All right. let's go to Josh Calloway.
Yeah, this is for both of you guys. Obviously, what you need to do, you've done already 3 times this year, which is after a loss, beating that same team multiple times. Does that allow you guys to draw confidence from that? And what have you learned from making adjustments after losing to a team and coming back and beating them multiple times before that you can apply this time around?
Start with Mackenzie, please.
I would say that we are I don't even know. We're going to come out tomorrow, and it's not easy to beat a team twice. So we're going to come out tomorrow and give it all that we have.
Nicole.
I just think that with that experience comes confidence. And again, I'll go back to this team. Who is on this team is ridiculous. We're ridiculous. And I think that been there doing that already earlier in the year has prepared us for this. And I just think that whenever we come out and play our game, it definitely gives us a level of confidence.
Nicole, Mackenzie, thank you very much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow. Joined now by head coach Patty Gasso. Coach, will begin with Eric Bailey.
Coach, your team has played in 4 elimination games. What did they learn the most from those games, and what can they take from those experiences into tomorrow's game?
You can't wait. You can't sit back and wait. And when you're on a stage like this, you just you gotta play well. You gotta pitch well. You gotta hit well. You gotta do a lot of things well. We didn't do much of that very well. We had signs of it. We were creating a little bit of momentum. But the beauty of this series is that you have another day. And we learned, again, kind of reminded me a little bit of what happened to us as we started this tournament. We just wasted time, not quite ready, not very loose in the way of swinging. Now, I'm not taking away anything from Florida State. They just stuck it to us, bottom line. I mean, they were good tonight. Everything they did was solid. Defense was pretty solid. Pitching very good. Their offense just absolutely was on point with about everything they did. Aggressive base running. We got to make plays. We didn't make plays. We didn't have timely hits when we needed them.
Barry Trammell.
Yeah, Patty, I was just ask if you could expound on 2 decisions you made. One to start Nicole, and also Senden Jennings.
I knew that was going to be asked. Yes. Okay. Nicole May, we thought could move the ball around a little bit and mix some speeds and try to keep the ball down. And she plays good defense. And Florida State does a lot of short game, a lot of hit and run and hit type action, and I thought Nicole would handle that well. That was what kind of went into that decision. I made a horrific call, and I own that. I should not have sent TRA. I just really, in my mind, was wanting to push the envelope to just create momentum. What I didn't do a good job of was knowing who was coming up, and 2 hitters that, I don't know. I wear that. I already apologized to the team, and that was a bad call by me. But at the same time, they make a great play. So they earned that, but I'm going to hold on to that for a while.
James Hale.
Patty, with Nicole, you left her in the 3rd or the 4th. What were you thinking as they were beginning to get to her a little bit and she was walking? Were you thinking about, what were you thinking about coming in, or when you should have come in? with another
Yeah,
pitcher.
that's another thing that we probably should have done a better job of, is that we just didn't want to show all of our hand too early. We wanted to get ourselves back in the game. And if we could have done it over, I know we would have done it a little bit different in the way of bringing in Shannon. But Giselle was the one that was hot in the bullpen, and that didn't make sense for us. So we were trying to get Shannon ready as quickly as we could. And I think Florida State just does it very quickly. They do it quickly. They get on base and they move their runners quickly. It just happens very fast. The fact that we gave up 6 walks really hurt us. We didn't pitch well, not good enough. We didn't play good enough. Nothing for us was really good tonight. And again, I think as a coaching staff, we would have done a few things quite differently, me especially.
Brian Aber.
Yeah, Patty, wondering what you thought about the play there in the 7th, and not only the way that play unfolded with the obstruction call at the end, but also just the sort of momentum shift that goes on there as your players are celebrating. It seems like they're getting off the field with a 3-run deficit going into the 7th with, the top of the order coming up shortly, and then all of a sudden, the inning continues.
It hurt. That hurt us. That call hurt us. All I can say is that I wish that rule was looked at a little bit differently, because there's a lot of ways that you can look at it. And I guess I'll just leave it right there at that. And I'm sorry that the young lady got hurt. That's not the intention whatsoever. But I just want to leave it right there. It's a tough rule. It's a tough rule for all teams who are trying to be aggressive, and umpires are trying to do the right thing. So, I mean, it's just something that is tough, and you just hate the fact that it's at home plate, because it's gonna lead to a run or cost a run, one way or the other. So. It was a tough play.
Coach, a quick FYI, Lottie said that Josie Muffley is fine, and after checking with the doctor, she's good to go. So, Joey Helmer.
Yeah, Coach, I think something that stood out is maybe you guys not scoring a ton of runs early in these games in the World Series. You guys have been great offensively as the games have gone on, but what do you guys have to do maybe in these last couple of games to get off the better starts offensively?
I think probably just relax a little bit, trust what we're doing some. You can see that sometimes hitters are trying to do too much. At one time, Grace Green was at home plate as the tying run. So do we want a faster start? Sure we do. Is it that easy? Not really. There's good teams and good pitchers that we're facing. So it's not like I don't know any team that comes out and just scores, 6 runs in the first 3 innings. This is a World Series. You would expect that pitchers don't allow that as much. So I trust this team. They fight. They're fighters. But we did not play well enough to win, and that gives credit to Florida State. They did. We did not. But we also understand that I just think failure is not something that we believe in. I mean, we're going to keep fighting. It's not like, oh, we failed. We fought when we needed to. It just wasn't set up for us tonight, and that happens. But I believe that you'll see a new team tomorrow with a new approach, and I'm looking forward to it.
Josh Callaway.
Yeah, Patty, Nicole was just talking a little bit ago, kind of just right what you were saying at the end there about, the previous times this season, losing to a team and coming back and beating that same team multiple times. Is that something you're going to communicate to the players to, help them draw confidence moving forward that, hey, we've done this already 3 other times this season, losing to the team and then coming back and beating them multiple times afterward?
Yeah, I don't need to tell them. They know exactly how this works. And I mean, you got to put it all out there. And I think we learned from the way we played tonight, and I'm very confident, as I know they are, that they will not repeat that performance and have a different mentality of fight, even when things aren't going our way. We just can't sit back and wait. And so they're not happy right now, I know that, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's going to show our character and our style and who we really are as a team and as a program. So I'm looking forward to it. I think you're going to see a different team with a different approach and much better play.
Last one for Coach Caleb.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about Kaylee Harding's performance tonight? It seems like her performance brought a lot of momentum to Florida State.
I missed your question, sorry.
He asked about the performance of Kaylee Harding, the right fielder.
Oh, yeah, wow. She just did a great job. We couldn't get her out. She was clutch for them, definitely. Hitting gaps, driving in runs. Give her credit for that.
Coach Gasso, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.